Good evening, everybody. Today I'm not going to share a poem with you, but a reminiscence. This is from way back a few years ago, probably around uh, 22 or 23, the year that is. Now, I have the habit of visiting book fairs held around Lucknow each time, and each time I make it a point to buy a meaningful book uh, to, um, add to my collection of writings that I can read and dive deep into for the rest of the year. Now, the incident that I'm going to share is one of a man who was at such a book fair. It was, I think so, around maybe September or maybe August of that particular year. It was strikingly humid and hot that day. The book fair, which was held at a venue where it is usually held each year. It's one among many venues where it is held in Lucknow, and it's in the heart of the city, that is Hasratganj. The the venue was already very crowded. It was very hot and humid. We were all sweaty. And while I was going through the children's section and popular fiction section of the book fair, which is, widely expansive in terms of the way it is spread out, I heard this man, a middle aged man, tell his child in no uncertain terms, अरे ये राइटर्स कुछ नहीं होते, फालतू लोग होते हैं, इनके पास कोई कामकाज नहीं होता है. Roughly translating to these writers, oh, they are useless creatures, they don't have anything meaningful to do, don't even bother about them. And this child, who was a preteen, looked at him with a sense of contempt that seemed that the child was exercising contempt for his father, but it was something which was routine for him, which he had learned to exercise even in public. He just gave that man a look, and I'm not even sure if it was the little boy's father, but the little boy was clearly passionate about those books. They meant something to him. In that moment, as a writer who was getting published prolifically, and even if I was not someone who was a published author, even if I was just a discerning reader, that sentiment of someone disparaging writers would have been really, really disrespectful and would have enraged me to no end. But at that time, there was no rage in me. I was just marveling at his ignorance. And there are ignorant people still out there who still want to equate the art of writing with it being having no commercial purpose and writers being dreamers or being useless creatures. I do not understand how that man operates without the idea of words. If he's a shopkeeper, for example, which I presume he must be, it's just a presumption, then how can he function without words even when he does his accounts? So it's just a thought. But in that moment, I was not enraged, and I just retracted from that moment in no time, because I know what books mean, what writers mean to all of us. And to those of us who are writers and who belong to a community of writers, we already know the power of words. So that man's tirade, rather contemptuous, disparaging comment, should really mean nothing to us. The world is full of such naysayers, and we writers, creative people, and those who dare to dream, dare to write, and have proficiency in our crafts should really not be bothered by such fleeting comments. Even more so in today's climate where everything is so rough and barnacled and lacking sophistication and restraint. So, this is just a musing and thought from my side. If you have something similar to share with me, please do. And please share your comments about this. It was an experience, and I wanted to share it for the longest time, and I'm doing it through the medium of my channel.